I do. Both USBs are hooked in. Historically, that did cause me a problem, like when the computer would boot, sometimes the second one would show up as not being a recognized device. But when I look at my device manager now, I'm not seeing anything like that as far as it coming up as unrecognized USB device anymore. But yeah, both USBs are hooked in. Let me just show you what it does on power up. If I turn it off, so it's off now. Wait a moment. Power it back on. The wheel moves a little bit and then stops, and then we'll move a little more and then stops, and that's all I get. And at this point there's no resistance to the wheel, it just spins freely. Hey, Lord Remix. Okay, and if I go into the software, wheel's not dead, but it's not working. F-stop is not engaged. If it was engaged, it wouldn't even try to do that part. But if I go into the configuration tool for the most recent one, it goes into this waiting for drive to get ready, and it says motor faults, overcurrent, initialization fault, power stage forced off. And then it's funny, it says fault location ID 0, and this is like a link. If you click on that, it goes you to the wiki stuff, but there isn't any fault location 0 in the table that I can find. It does say 1 or 2, but that's it. So it's not very helpful. And that's all I get. Okay, going into Granity. Does it matter if I leave this running or not? I'm going to close it. And then, so yeah, I downloaded. I'd never used Granity before. Okay, so let's go back to so where's that hardware setup? Hey, like a one. You have to enable USB Ioni. Advanced. This one, enable Ioni USB configuration. Today we're trying to get our old school OSW direct drive wheel updated to the most recent firmware. So it's open, it's got the USB. Going to Granity. Agree. Okay. So these are all zeros. Is there something I need to do to connect?
Falcon 2081 set. Now hit connect tab.
Connect tab.
Falcon 2081 set.
Connect to drive. Connecting to drive. At bus address 1. Hopefully that's okay. Some recently changed parameters or fault required drive restart. If this repeats, check parameters and device status page. Do you wish to restart device now? I suppose.
Falcon 2081 said, yeah, just do that.
Doing that. It's doing the same thing where it just moves a little bit and then stops. List of found and powered drives in the... Okay. Open it. Okay, so this seems like a loop. This is the same message it gave me again. Should I try it again or just say don't restart?
2081 said, don't restart.
Not restarting. Okay, now go to the machine tab.
Falcon 2081 said, machine tab.
Now we're on the machine tab.
Falcon 2081 said, small midge, I assume.
Yep, it's a small midge. It should have like the 10K encoder. I can go back and dig up like the email and stuff from Sim Racing Bay when I bought it, but that was the new hotness at the time. I don't think it is the 2 mil encoder. I don't know if that's a part of this down here. But it does, the control unit does have like all the guts for the high power.
Well, what encoder do you have? It says Syncos there.
It is a Syncos. And I don't know, these are the only options. I would go with the highest resolution one, so it's probably that.
Falcon 2081 said, let me look at something real quick.
Okay,
Falcon 2081 said, BRB.
no rush.
Lincoln 1 said, didn't even know Wheels had an encoder.
So what tells it where position it's in? And there's different resolutions. There used to be like a 10,000 position one, and then I think maybe the one I have is 50K, and then there was like ones with millions of positions.
Lincoln 1 said, makes sense. It's giving you more approval than a VR set from the sounds of it.
I think so. This is the original order from 2017. Although it doesn't seem, I don't know if this tells enough. It's the small midge M1505 Syncos. Let's see if that resolves to anything.
Falcon 2081 said, yeah, says Synchro's there.
Down here it says drive needs to be restarted to continue operation. You may start manually from the connect tab. I guess that's what we tried already. So you were suggesting going back into a previous firmware version. Do you think that would still be a good idea?
Falcon 2081 said, under machine tab. Falcon 2081 said, MMC, what's the choice? Lucky Shark.
MMC says 0.750. I have tried turning it off and back on again. That was Ian's first suggestion. I was really hopeful it would work. But I've left it off for, 5 or 10 minutes now, and the behavior seems consistent.
Falcon 2081 said, MMC is 0.
No, what we see right here on MMC peak current limit is 0.750. Before, when it wasn't connected, all these values were 0. So I guess I was confused back then. And that's what you mean right here, MMC continuous current limit? Or that's MCC. MMC peak current limit is 0.750.
Falcon 2081 said, yeah, that value needs to be 12.000.
Really? Are you talking about MCC or MMC? Because MCC is currently 11, and changing that to 12 sounds more reasonable. MMC is now less than 1, 0.750. Are you saying that should be 12?
Falcon 2081 said, MMC is peak current power limit.
And that should be greater than continuous current limit?
Falcon 2081 said, peak current is 12 amps.
Okay, so 1, 2.
Said, yeah.
Okay. Any other changes we should apply, or just do that?
Falcon 2081 said, lower MMC to 9 amps.
You mean MCC? We just changed MMC from 0.750.
Said, MCC, sorry, correct.
Okay, so this should be
2081 said, 9 amps.
9.000. Okay. All good to apply.
Falcon 2081 said, apply settings.
Okay, settings applied. Now should I go back to connect and restart? Restart drive.
Falcon 2081 said, go to connect tab. Racing _neophyte.
Hey, racing neophyte.
This thing should be on its own circuit roll. Falcon 2081
Save to drive now, right?
NASA Racing said, at Falcon 2081, the OSW king.
Yep.
Falcon 2081 said, yeah. Lucky Shark said,
boop, boop. Okay, it made the happy noise. So 9 amps, 12 amps. Everything else here looks okay.
Said, hit open again, then go back to machine tab. Racing underscore neophyte.
Open again.
Is the about the limit you want in a standard 15A home circuit? Falcon 2081 said, numbers stick.
They did. We've got 9 amps for continuous and 12 amps for peak.
Falcon 2081 said, okay, go to fault limits.
Fault limits.
Falcon 2081 said, looks good.
That's good that it looks good to you because it's all Greek to me. Okay. Anything?
Falcon 2081 said, connect tab and click on disconnect from drive.
Okay, disconnecting from drive. Go back to SimuCube.
Falcon 2081 said, close Granity.
Granity closed.
Falcon 2081 said, go back to CU and disable Ioni drive.
Disable Ioni drive. Happy noises. It says e-stop status unknown though. Should I enable the e-stop and disable it maybe?
Falcon 2081 said, you need to now set encoder stop. Falcon 2081 said, set center. Falcon 2081 said, it's under advanced or hardware.
There was a little button right there.
Falcon 2081 said, hardware.
Configure motor. This one?
Falcon 2081 said, yeah.
So use existing Ioni configuration or
Falcon 2081 said, next.
I think I had used the manual one.
Said, keep going.
I think I'd used the manual before and then I'd always do a little rotation to get it to
Falcon 2081 said, keep it auto.
Okay, we'll keep it auto. Center wheel. Okay, I got operational and e-stop is released in the background. That's excellent. Next. Okay, wizard complete. profiles.
2081 said, and said what you had.
Can I load it in from a previous profile, or is it better to just do it by manually?
Falcon 2081 said, make a new one.
Yep. I think I was using the fast. No, it's 5 we're supposed to use for iRacing, right? Or does that even pertain anymore? What do you recommend, Miguel?
Falcon 2081 said, 5. Falcon 2081 said, correct.
Okay, and then any of these others important? I think these are all new things that I didn't have before.
Falcon 2081 said, torque bandwidth unlimited.
What about this center frequency?
Falcon 2081 said, don't need it.
Okay, and anything else here with these other guys?
2081 said, you have syncos.
So save settings.
Falcon 2081 said, yeah, sad films to what you had it before. Falcon 2081 said, filters.
I don't remember. Oh, well, hold on. I can look. Luckily, I made some screenshots before I started this whole process. So here's where I was before. Yeah, they were all 0 before, so I don't even know. So I guess that's good. I'm going to export this profile. Just for posterity.
Said, that's it, you're done. Go test it out.
Let's go test it out. Wind simulator. Voice attack. Z1 dashboard.
Starting DRE.
Petbot. Better trading paints. iRacing apps. Race Lab apps. iRacing UI. And virtual reality. Steam VR. Okay. It's an interesting idea. Although the aquarium pumps are like, it's got a little baffle in it, so I think like the constant puffing would be annoying and worse than just a regular fan.
Good day, Chris. Let's go racing. Partly cloudy above, 77.9 Fahrenheit in air, and 80.0 Fahrenheit around the track.
The wheel works as far as the game. Let's get in gear.
Limiter turned on.
Pickerel show graphics. Okay, I'm getting force feedback. I'm getting wheel inputs. There's nothing obviously different that I could testify to. Thank you, Miguel. It seems to work now. You are a lifesaver.
Falcon 2081 said, there hasn't been any FFP changes, so it will be the same.
Yeah, the FFB max force is 25 Newton meters. I was going to drive a little bit to get to the point where it said auto and see if it just recalibrates to about the same range. Pickerel, what time is it?
Time is 3:39 p.m.
Okay. For those of you that have just joined us, I started to do a firmware update earlier today on my old school OSW. I was running like version 0.8.12, which is pretty darn old. So updating that to 0.11.25 or something worked okay, but then trying to go to the 1.25, which is the most recent new version, did not work. The software seemed to update everything, but on power on, the drive controller wasn't spinning. It usually does a little phasing dance in the beginning, but that wasn't working. So reaching out on the Geodesic Discord, Rigs and Gear, Miguel seemed to have an idea of what to do. Loading up Granity, which is a piece of software I'd never used before. We're able to change the peak current and continuous current limits, and that seems to have resolved the situation. So we're now back and running with OSW again. My next step is going to be to power it off, install the little wireless adapter, and power it back on and see if that, the system still works. I don't have my wireless wheel yet. Yesterday I ordered an Asher Racing wheel that's compatible with the SimiCube 2 wireless stuff. So in anticipation of that, my goal was to set it up so that I can have the little Bluetooth wireless adapter in my SimiCube base. Okay, so the auto has appeared here. Yep, changed from 25, 26. Perfectly good.
Quickest lap time, 1 minute 25.927.
Okay. I did order the wireless adapter.
Looks like
I can
your
show
car
it to
is
you.
toast. You'll need a tow back to pit
Pick a
lane.
webcam
Press
scene.
and hold the reset button and we'll come and get you.
I'm not sure I have a webcam scene voice control.
Falcon 2081 said, same place you posted the link in our Discord.
Yeah, same place. The first place that Martin Asher suggested didn't actually ship to the United States. Yeah. It's weird having a delay on the webcam. So that's the little guy right there.
Falcon 2081 said, that's cool, man.
I don't know. It seemed like there were a number of vendors who have them
It working.
in stock.
Lord Raymax said, was away a bit.
So let's go take a look at the instructions and stuff for that. So this is what we got. It looks identical to the one I physically received. It's supposed to go on my Simucube force feedback controller unit. It goes on this set of pins with the little silver chip and stuff facing down. Okay, so that's going to be our next step. But before I do that, I just want to power this computer down, boot it back up, and power cycle the Simucube as well, just to make sure that everything's good before going on to the next step. So we're going to shut down. And don't worry, it's a different computer than I'm using for the stream, so it's not like it's going to shut down the stream. Okay, so computer shutting down. Simucube is shutting down. Let's give everything a good few moments to just chill out, let all the low electrons dissipate. Got it working, Lord Ramex. All is well. Miguel is a hero. Okay, so turning the Simucube back on.
Lord Raymax said, cool.
It does its happy little dance and makes the noise, but now it's off angle, and the auto thing said it needed to start up nearly face up, so do I need to change that, or I don't remember when I experimented with it years ago why I chose to do the manual. Or am I going to like need to manually center it before I boot the computer every time now, or how does that work? I'll go turn the computer on, we'll see what we get.
Falcon 2081 said, yeah, you need to keep it centered when you power it on.
But if it's just a little bit off, is it going to consider that as the...
Falcon 2081 said, there's no need to do manual indexing anymore.
Okay. By default, when it started up, it was off kilter. So I guess we'll see what happens when we start it.
Falcon 2081 said, what you need is the BIS-C encoder so you don't have to worry about phasing anymore.
The BIS-C encoder? Okay. So when it finished its phasing thing, it was like a that. You're saying every time I need to reset it so that it's more or less up? Or exactly up, like every time I start the computer? That's actually going to be more annoying than just rotating it to do the manual. But I'll experiment with it, see what seems to work. Okay, so shutting down the computer. Shutting down the SimuCube. For those of you who are just joining us, the next step in this process is going to be to install this little daughter board chip. Got my flashlight.
Falcon 2081 said, "All right, I'm off to grab some dinner. If you have any issues, let me know over Discord."
Okay, thanks, Miguel. You're a lifesaver. Okay. I just installed the little chip. Powering the SimuCube back on. Initialized. I'm going to leave it this way and see how it comes up when we start the computer. Sorry, microphone. Hopefully RTX voice saved you guys from most of that noise.
Lucky Shark said, "Not a bit."
Oh well. Sorry about that. Is RTX voice actually enabled? No, it's not. Okay. I didn't have RTX voice on. Sorry about that. Let's test it again. How about that time? Did you hear it? Okay, so we're back on both the drive. RTX voice for the win. Okay, so let's go back into Miguel is amazing. Yes, Miguel fixed it. I would not have been able to figure that out in a week, probably. Okay, so the auto does actually have it in the position it was at, so that looks good. And yeah, there's this wireless tab. I can't remember if this was here before we installed the chip, but it's here now. So I guess that's good. I'll have to wait until my Asher rim comes and just see if it works, but hopefully it will. So yeah, Corey, the problem was in Granity we had to change the current for the continuous and the peak. The peak was like 0.750 amps for some reason. Yeah, I got the little Bluetooth guy. We just put him in. That part was just painless. You just pop a little chip in. So this was the little daughter board that we got. It goes on these pins, just like that. So I put it on. Let's see. Actually, I'm kind of curious if anything is different. In the joystick devices. Somebody was saying it exposes like a new device. Nope, just everything's the same. So someday, I don't know if the buttons will show up here with the wireless one or if they show up as... So what somebody was saying is it shows up as a different device here, like a different controller, but I guess we'll have to wait and see when we get the actual wireless wheel to test.
Emma Note said, glad you got it in.
Yep, me too. Okay, well, I'm going to sign off for now. Crisis averted. Miguel is a hero. Geodesic Uberalis. Thanks everybody for your support. Wheel is working. Wireless chip installed. Firmware updated. Should be good to go when the Asher rim comes, and all should be well. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Take it easy. Drive safe. I will see you guys later. Bye bye. Pit Girl end stream.
Ending stream. Please remain calm.